Evening, folks. Hope you're all well. You're all looking well, and that's the main thing. As long as you're looking well, that's okay. Not really. But you know what I mean. So, continuing, the last one we did, we went stateside. So we're staying stateside. And this one is a little bit of an unusual one for me, because I don't think this is available in the UK. I don't think they have any distribution yet in the UK. This was a gift from someone really quite pleasant and nice, very nice, that got me this as a gift. Now, this is Milam Greene, a blend of straight bourbon whiskies. Okay, so this is a blend of straight bourbon. Now, anyone who knows me knows I'm never usually that keen on bourbons. I'm just not. Don't have a huge sweet palate. Prefer things a little bit more savoury, like a briny whiskey, something a little bit more toned down. American whiskies tend to be a little bit overly sweet for me, so I tend not to be massively impressed by them. Just doesn't sit with me. Bourbons, I find lower end bourbons quite difficult to take. Higher end ones, a lot more palatable, but they do tend to have that sweetness that becomes a little bit more of an issue. Now, I actually have to have the computer here, because the Milam Greene was established by two ladies. Let me get their names: Marcia Milam and Heather Greene. Okay, and they founded the brand. Now it's in Blanco in Texas, so that's Texas Hill Country. Texas is huge. Okay, it's just a massive country, and very differing climates. So the hill can be quite pleasant, I assume. Yeah. So this is a blend of straight whiskies, straight bourbons. So I have to read this because this is quite complicated. Stick with me. Our premium Texas bourbon, which is made from 70% Texas corn, 22% Pacific Northwest malted rye from Oregon and Washington, 8% Wyoming barley, and our proprietary yeast recipe from Kentucky and Texas. Each bottle of Milam Greene Triple Cask is a batch of 3 hand-selected straight bourbon whiskies. Our 2 to 3 year old premium Texas bourbon for a pop of spice, married with a 3 to 4 year old Tennessee whiskey for vanillas and fruits, and a 10 to 11 year old Tennessee whiskey for structure and tannins. It is then proofed to taste and bottled on site. There's transparency, and there's just a little bit confusing. So it's their Texas bourbon is a batch of straight bourbon. What our 2 to 3 year old premium Texas bourbon. So that Texas bourbon is the one made from 70% Pacific Texas corn, 23% Pacific malted rye from Oregon and Washington, 8% Wyoming barley, and our proprietary yeast type. This is a little bit confusing here. I know they're trying to be transparent, but I'm not sure what bits, elements. There's Tennessee whiskey, 3, 4, 10, then other 10 to 11 year old Tennessee whiskies for structure and tannin. It's a non-age statement, by the way. So it's a 2 year old whiskey. Under certain laws, and certain people in Ireland agree with what these folks have put up here, but it's just a little confusing. I know they're being transparent, and that's a good thing for consumers, but I'm not 100% sure exactly what's in. It's a triple cask. It's not triple cask finish. I assume it's just triple finished in ordinary charred American oak, I assume. Right, there's a little bit of reading on this, a little bit of stuff, and I'm going to have to get the Greeks on. When facing down a great bear, don't play dead or try to outrun it. Rather make light of the situation, keep eye contact, and pour a drink for two. Yeah, not exactly sure. We don't have bears in Ireland, thankfully. But we I remember a guy on one night talking about bears. If you run into a black bear, you can pretend you're dead, and the black bear will leave you alone. If you run into a grizzly and pretend you're dead, at least the grizzly will not have to waste too much energy chasing you to eat you. I'm not really sure about outrunning bears, and I don't think we could sit and pour a double whiskey waiting on a bear. Don't know. I'm a bit confused by the whole thing, if I'm honest. But get a little pour out, and we salute the fact that they're being transparent. It's just it's just confusing. It is an interesting nose. It really is. It's got nice clean elements to it. Lots of oak, slightly green oak. Which is strange, if I'm honest. Again, it's a quite clean, quite sweet smelling, honeyed, cherry. Is that? It's got nice, almost a cherry filling. Not a cherry pie, not a cherry tart, but like the filling from a cherry. You know, that sort of cooked cherry, baked cherries. A little bit of vanilla. Wouldn't say it's huge there, but it's definitely there. And a slightly toasted cereal note. So an interesting nose. Yeah. Oh, I thought for a little second there I'd taste it, and there was a little off note, but it's not. It's clean. It's got sweet, cherry, vanilla, wood. Definitely lots of wood there. Yeah. Chocolate, vanilla, smacks of wood, lots of wood coming through. A little bit fire there, which is interesting. It's actually quite pleasant. It's giving you a little bit of, like chili chocolate, where the chili's not that pronounced, but there's a little bit of spike there that matches along with the sweetness really actually quite well. It's quite creamy. And there is tannins. It says it in the tasting notes, and they definitely are there. It has got a tannic thing to it, so it's given it it's given it an element of dark tea. Like strong tea, but in little bits, which is kind of the opposite of what strong tea is. But it's got that element of a strong tea, the tannin from it, but there's an element of the taste there too. Which, I'm a tea drinker. I like tea. Smacking the cherry again. I think it's because, yeah, a lot more cherry. Still that touch of chili with the chili chocolate. Creamy. Vanilla coming through. A little bit more sweetness coming through on it now than there was. Those two actually go quite well. Yeah. As bourbons go, this is good. As I say, bourbon a lot of the time becomes very sweet. This isn't overly sweet at all. The fact that it's got that tea to pull that sweetness out of it, pull the corn element down, is really quite good as well. It's well thought out, quite well balanced. Yeah, this is a good bourbon. We like this. If I'm honest, it's not available in the UK. I don't think. Possibly some specialist might have a few bottles of it, that kind of thing. But it's bottled at, let me see, 47%. It doesn't feel 47%. It feels a lot less than that. But it's really, really drinkable at 47%. Possibly a little bit of water in it would take it too much. Obviously you'll try it with water in it. I tried it with water in it and didn't think it worked that well. But no, yeah. I'm not going to give it a score. Or should I? Because I don't know what price to put it at. So we'll put it at a high-end bourbon. We will give it a score, but we'll give it one at a high-end bourbon. And I'll give it... We'll give it to a higher-end bourbon, shall we say. And I'll... It's hard to do, to be honest. If I say... Sound like foghorn leghorn there. If I say, we'll put it in at the 7 mark. I'm kind of toying with doing 8, but if I'm honest, I was a little bit reserved because I would need a little bit more reference on it. So we'll put it in at 7. I was going to go for 8, but we'll drop it down a little bit and put it at 7. It's well done. It's nice. It's got character to it. It's got a certain something that is certainly different than not the other bourbons that I've tried, but it has a little bit of confusion going on with all of what's in it and stuff, and yeah, so we like this. And yeah, give it a go. I can see this kind of style of whiskey catching on more than some of the other sickly bourbons. If I'm honest, this would be a more representative, a more approachable American whiskey than what we would be used to over in Europe. End the trade tariff, Europe. Get rid of them. Get rid of it. They're costing people jobs. Get rid of all those tariffs and let us try more of these American whiskies. Get them over here. You know, it's just pointless. It's just, we're doing this. Airbus did this. We need this. Tax that. Tax this. No, we tax that. Just drop the whole lot of it. Let us buy it so we can buy stuff like this. Try more of it. Then we can place it and find out where we think, oh, that's better. That's the problem I have with this. I don't have as many reference points as I would like. And why there's these stupid trade tariffs punishing people who have nothing to do with what has happened, I don't get reference points. So get it sorted. Anyway, 7 out of 10. More power to the people behind this, and I wish them all well. And hopefully we'll get to try more of them soon. Take care, folks. Bye bye.